Alright, listen, Beefy. I may be an intelligent sort, but I've had no formal education.
Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Baldur's Gate 2, the Enhanced Edition, The Shadows of Arm. And when last we left off, we're currently in the guarded compound in the Temple District, where the welcome we received was hostile. We've dealt with all the people that live here, however, so we can quite safely explore the upper floor and see if there are any goodies to be had before we leave for the Umar Hills. And already we found one trap. I'm going to imagine that there are quite a few more traps to find. Oh yes, there are 3 traps in this room in total. And we're going to get rid of all of them and get quite a lot of experience for doing so. And I imagine that's not locked, but that is, and that is. We'll deal with that lock, and this one, and finally, this one. What goodies are contained within? We have some magical crossbow bolts and some darts. What else? We have a wand and some more darts. A small amount of gold. And finally, this wand and some more arrows. Let's have a look at what some of these are. We have some darts of wounding, you can have them. A wand of paralyzation. Stun target, range 100 feet. Not bad, it has 6 charges. And this wand that you don't know the identity of. You do, though. It is a Wand of Frost, which has the Cone of Cold ability. And it has 6 charges. We also have some darts that you don't know the identity of. I imagine you do. Asp's Nest +1. While working for the Shadow Thieves, Fargan collected thousands of small poisonous snakes to create the Asp's Nest. Fargan took each snake, and with her powerful magic, she made a dart of each. She made the dart so when it strikes its opponent, the snake returns to life, biting and inflicting poison damage on the target. The title Asp's Nest refers to the entire collection of darts, most of which have vanished, either destroyed in use or lost on a long-forgotten battlefield. Hit target must save versus death or take 1 point of damage every 3 seconds until 40 points of damage has been inflicted. These darts would be really useful for disrupting spellcasters because that damage is persistent. And these are bolts that, again, Edwin will be able to identify. Edwin's lore is pretty amazingly high. Bolts of lightning and bolts +2. As for what else is in there, more arrows. These are arrows +1, which will pass over to you. And those are arrows of piercing, which we will give to you. And you might as well switch back to them. There's still more that we can look at in here, like all of these. Are they locked? The answer is no, no, and no. And I'm pretty sure that they're not trapped either. Books, they're not useful. Books, they're not useful. And books, they are not useful. But we do know that there is something hidden right here. If there's another encounter here, I won't be surprised. In fact, I'm going to get detect traps going, just in case that harp suddenly comes to life and decides to try and kill us. But no, nothing. Though there is another piano. How many pianos do they need? This is another bedroom. A very extravagant bedroom. Any traps at all? No. Anything to open? Well, there is that to open. What about this? This is locked. And now it's unlocked. And that is not locked. In here, bullets, and that looks like a sling +2 to me. And just some books. We'll confirm what this is. Sling +2, and some bullets. We don't especially need a sling +2, but you can hold on to those bullets. We'll put the sling in here. Might as well give you that as well.
You are lucky I'm here.
Now this is something that we want to open though. Is it locked? It isn't locked, and it leads over to that area. I'm going to explore that area after we've had a look over here, though, just in case there is something to be had in this direction.
That's what you want.
There's another room. Anyone in here? No, it would seem not, at least so far. There are 2 bookshelves. I won't be surprised if somewhere we find lots of spell scrolls, because there was 1 wizard. It's inevitable that there'll be some. Well, there's a small amount of gold. And there we go, a Pierce Shield spell. This spell is pretty good. It lowers magic resistance, and is really effective, and not surprisingly, Edwin does not know it.
I'm waiting.
Edwin will know it soon enough, because we're definitely going to learn that one. There's probably a room over here as well. The fact that this place is so... Ooh, well, there is a hidden way forward. There are hidden rooms all over this place, and there's likely a way here as well. Now, there are some things to be had. Are there going to be traps? Probably. Are there going to be locks? Most likely. We'll wait. We have time. Nothing. Okay, there's just a tiny amount of gold in here. It makes sense that they wouldn't trap that. There's a suit of plate mail. That's not too terrible. And a tiny amount of magical sling bullets. The plate mail is probably the most valuable thing there. And even that's not that valuable. Not anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to
Let's
here
do it.
and have a look in this tiny hidden area. Wouldn't be surprised if lots of goodies are being stored in these areas. I don't know if they're well hidden and we just have a really good ability to spot these hidden ways in, or if they're not well hidden at all and they imagine the first line of defense would be them.
If you know what you're doing.
Let's go in
Very
with
well.
the heavy hitters first, because I'm very cautious about this.
What do you like?
Ooh, okay. This is a place worthy of being discovered, because that is a safe, and those are weapons. This alcove is empty and leads nowhere. Good to know.
What would you have if
There's
that is what you
no
want?
trap here to be seen. And that is now unlocked.
Kill that over there?
Aha! 666 gold. That there is a wand of fear. Always nice to have more of them, and those are arrows of fire.
Fear not.
Not bad.
That
What about
sounds
here? Ooh, a magic spear.
I need it.
And a trap. Well, should have
Yeah.
been more attentive there.
Do it.
Oops.
What is it?
At least it was Hexat that activated the trap, eh? Because that would have been terrible. Fortunately, we can just wait, and
That's the best.
Hexat's back. Let's pick up everything again and quickly re-equip it, because that there was foolish. Should have been far more careful. Remember when I said that there weren't any traps? Clearly I was wrong. Ignore past me. Past me doesn't know what he's talking about when it comes to this area. This area is full of peril and doom. Doom of the trap variety. But we did find some neat stuff, like that spear. We don't even know what that spear is. That spear is a spear +3. Now that's pretty effective. If you were using spears, you'd be very happy to see that thing. You wouldn't be very happy, however, to die horribly to that trap. Really should have been a little more careful about that trap. Remember when I said that I was attentively looking for traps? Clearly not. I'm actually going to look again, because sometimes traps aren't triggered and expended. Sometimes they're just activated. But no, it's gone, and we have another spear +3. Truly, that was quite a nice trove. Now let's be a little more careful with this one. knowing now that there will be traps for us to inevitably fall victim to, imagine if I'd have had Terry check that. And then we failed, and game over happened. It's a good thing I didn't make a thief, eh? Because I would never get through this game.
Fear not.
I'm gonna get you through first. In here appears to be nothing. I don't trust that. And yet, there appears to be absolutely nothing in here. Yep, nothing to open, nothing to find. It's just a way to get into this small area. So we have found all of the goodies that can be found in this area. Alright, we're done. Let us leave. We're not going to be attacked by anyone else. At least I hope we're not, and this is when the guard appear and go, "What are you doing, trespassing in this place?" Oh, and those summoned skeletons, now they're gone. I forgot that I'd left them down here. Let's leave. It's... oh. Hello.
What do you need?
Things are much better now that the cult is gone. People are coming back to the shop. You had something to do with that, didn't you? Oh, that we did. I thought you were an important NPC. Turns out you're just somebody there to talk about what we've done. I don't mind people knowing that we were successful in getting rid of the cult. We could always do with getting slightly lower prices from the shops for having a good reputation. But not too good. Now, we want to quickly pop in to the D'Arni's hold and see if anything's happening.
Whatever you decide.
Nobody has come to greet us, but that could change when we get to the drawbridge here. No one? Fair enough. I've never actually done the quests for this stronghold, so I don't know what to expect. Though I imagine we're probably going to have to be very careful with how we conduct our business here, because we don't want the local populace to turn sour. Let's go in. Let's go into here and see if there's anything for us to do. Nalia should be... yep, Nalia is right there. And here is the Major Domo.
Greetings, Your Grace.
I actually have a rather angry merchant by the name of Talmas Bendelia that has been demanding to see you. It might have something to do with his caravan being waylaid by bandits passing through the region, but he refuses to speak to anyone but your ladyship. He is an influential merchant in this area. I believe he owns the deed to more than one local farmhold. Will you grant this man an audience, my lady? Certainly. Show him in. Excellent, my lady. I will send for him immediately.
Hello, pal.
You there! Are you the one who's replaced Lord D'Arnis in this land? I demand immediate restitution for this outrage. I suggest you calm yourself, Mr. Bendelia, and perhaps start by explaining to Lady Terry Coleman exactly what sort of outrage you are referring to. Ah, as if you did not know. I'm well aware that this land was overrun by those filthsome trolls, but that business is over with and done. Bandits have invaded the passes in the southern reaches of your land. Bandits! I've had my caravans travelling through this area for the past 10 years, and I've never heard of bandits here. You're responsible for the safety of this area. These fiends burned my caravan and took all my goods. I demand restitution and a guarantee that these bandits will be eliminated as soon as possible. If you do not, if you ignore me, I swear that not only shall I not travel through these lands again, but that I shall foreclose on every farmhold I hold a debt for. I swear I shall. As I said, he cannot easily be ignored. Many will be upset if their farms are foreclosed, and the bandits will have to be dealt with sooner or later. We do not have the strength yet to face them. Our patrols simply have too few men. Obviously the bandits have noticed. We would need mercenaries, my lady. I know a few reliable mercenary companies that we could acquire for 500 gold. That would handle this problem. We could go as low as 250, but that would take longer. Enough of this chatter. I demand an answer. Will I have my restitution or not? How much was your caravan worth, merchant? 1,000 gold? Easily. That is a lot of gold, but it pays to be in the good books of the people in the surrounding area. We will pay the restitution. In the long run, it's going to benefit us. Very well then, 1,000 gold pieces it is. You're very generous, my lady. You know the value of business to your land, I see. And as for the bandits, what is to be done of them? I intend to spend 500 gold to hire mercenaries. They will be driven from my land quickly. Good enough then. Perhaps I shall return through this area and continue supplying the locals with goods, as long as you keep to your promises, my lady. We gained 15,000 experience, and all for 1,500 gold, which, to be frank, we are not going to miss because we have 106,000. Anything else for us to do?
Whatever.
Greetings,
you
Your
want.
Grace.
Is there something that I can do for you? I would like to access whatever has been collected through the taxes. Yes, of course. I have stored all taxes collected so far in my library cabinet on the second floor, my lady. That is generally where I store it. Is there anything else you might need from me? Nothing at the moment. As you wish, my lady. We could go and check that money.
If you say so.
Might as well. We'll see just how much has been accumulated over time. This is why I'm not so concerned about giving away that 1,500 gold. We're going to get some of it back just by going to the library.
Of course.
Now, this is probably where he's referring to. Also, not a huge fan of all the doors being closed on me, but what can you do? Let's go and, oh! Hello! Let's talk to you!
I am no one of importance.
Hello to you, milady. I'm Talira, one of the new maids in your keep. I've heard nothing but good word of you. A good thing, as my last employer was a terrible, terrible man. Let's see what we have here. 1,000 gold! Well, we basically only spent 500 gold in dealing with that problem most amicably. It doesn't pay to cause bother in your own backyard. You want these people on your side if something goes wrong. Let's talk to Ulma, the cook. We might as well talk to the people that we find on our travels in here.
How are you?
I'll be Ulma, you cook, milady. And might I be saying that I'd be very proud to be serving you, yes? People seem quite happy with how we're doing things here. Let's try and keep it that
You
way.
must gather your party before venturing forth.
Let's leave. We've done what we need to here. We'll have to pop in later and check things out once we are done in the Umar Hills. We'll just depart and travel the short distance through the countryside back to where we very briefly visited, and it was a brief visit. Also, I am glad that I kept that cloak equipped.
I am ready.
I would definitely have forgotten to have put it on when it was daytime otherwise.
Tell me all about it.
Let's head back. It'll take 12 hours to return to the Umar Hills. Over here.
Yeah. Nothing
Back in the village. Now, there's a lot of this area that we haven't yet explored. There's Valygar's cabin, and there's various people's homes. And then there's up here. We definitely want to go up there and look into some of the things that we've heard about, like the ogres. And I wonder if they are still there waiting for... Yep, at least one of them is still there, hoping that we'll give them some weapons. Well, bad news for you. That's never happening. Let's just step over here quickly and see what there is to see. There's a rabbit. And the howling of wolves in the distance. Is that ominous foreshadowing of what's to come? Possibly. But that will be for next time, folks. But when we come back, we'll be looking into the troubles surrounding the Umar Hills. And maybe, just maybe, we'll get to the bottom of what's really going on here. Also, we can now remove this.
You are lucky I'm
It's
here.
currently dark. We want those extra stats. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later.